3-note per string really lends itself to playing in triplets, but it's also incredibly useful to have some patterns in groups of 4 or 8, like this for example. So with that you could loop it on itself. You could move it down this way or up this way. Play it in octaves. Or you can ascend through the scale like this as well. You can descend with it through the scale this way as well, but there's a little bit of string skip in there, so just watch out for that. All these examples will be in B minor, and I'll put a link to some jam tracks up in the top right of this video, and I'll pop it in the comments as well. You can also combine some of these ideas and concepts, so after we've taken it this way we could think about moving up the fretboard as well, so something like this. And obviously you could move that down the way if you preferred the sound of that, or jump about between them. Something a bit like that. Another pattern, and I'm just doing this first bar here, you can do something like this. Again, you can move that this way, you can move it that way through the octaves, but I'll leave that up to you. Unlike the first one, this is easier to descend. You need to use a string skip if you want to ascend. So if we're descending it, we'd have something like this. And if we look at the second bar here, it goes like this. This one's quite good for going either ascending or descending because it doesn't involve a string skip either way, so it's pretty good for both. So let's just look at some options here. What we could do is we could alternate between these, so I'll play the first bar and then the second. You could do this. We could combine them into one bar, so we have something along these lines. Or we could start in the second one instead of the first one. You'd have... Another thing you could do is just switch randomly between them as you feel like it. The final idea I'm looking at here is taking a 6-note triplet pattern and adding on 2 notes to bring it up to 8. So say we had something like this. Group of 6 notes, right? We could add on this one and then this one to bring it up to a group of 8. And what this means is any licks that you have that are 6 notes, you just need to add on 2, and you can turn it into 16 notes instead of triplets. And say you had a 12-note pattern, we can use the same principle, but instead of putting on 2 notes, we put on 4, so we're now bringing up to a total of 16 notes. So say your 12-note pattern was this. We could add on these 4 notes, and that would bring it up to 16. So that would sound something like this. This is also going to have a slightly displaced feel to it when you're playing it. It might take a little bit of getting used to. It's a really good way of converting licks that have 6 or 12 notes into ones that have 8 or 16. So if you're improvising, you want to be able to play at different tempos and you want to be able to keep it clean. So say the speed, you're used to doing triplets, you're used to ripping through them, but the song you're playing along to is a little bit too fast. This is a really good place where you could use this tactic here. Cool, so as always, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, you've taken something away and found it useful. If that has been the case, you've learned something, a new trick or lick, please do consider to share, like, comment and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Cheers guys.